What is happening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Red Zone channel. In today's video marks the first video in the fucking series I've been looking forward to creating for a very long time, and that is Anthem Weekly. And today we're going to be taking a dive into one of my most favourite things in looter shooters, and that is the builds. Because of course with Anthem's coming loot changes, that means that builds are something that we can finally look into. So this build is for the thick boy, the Colossus, and this build I'm hoping you guys will find very helpful when you are starting that Grandmaster 1 grind, because of course, as we all know, those masterworks are something that everybody is going to want to get their hands on. And this build, the only masterwork you're going to need is the Fist of Strahl, which is a masterwork autocannon, and that is very simple, very easy to get for the Colossus. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into today's build. But as always, if you are new at the Red Dawn channel, you've never seen us here before, please make sure to slap that like button, slap that subscribe button, and of course turn on that bell notifications so that you do not miss a single episode of Anthem Weekly, because of the fact that now on we'll be releasing either weekly builds or weekly guides to help you guys enjoy Anthem as is intended. But I'm babbling as always. I need to stop doing this. Let's get into the guide and get some gameplay on the go. Now, the beauty of this game is the fact that it is a looter shooter. Potentially, you know, not as good as the others, but still it's a game all the same. So let's cover the weapons first. So as you can see, I've got two masterworks. The second one you don't need to worry about. Elemental Rage, you can literally slap on anything you want. You can slap on a grenade launcher, you know, a shotgun, a marksman rifle, a sniper rifle, whatever it is you guys want to use in the second weaponry slot. Be my guest to go and do so. I just like using this one because it increases some of the gear potential that I'm using in this build. So it's not a requirement, but it's something I just like to use. The only thing that for me is a requirement for this build, because of it's just an absolute powerhouse, is the Fist of Strahl. So for you guys that aren't aware or familiar with what this weapon is, it's a cloudburst. It's just the masterwork variation of it, but it comes with potentially one of the most amazing perks for the autocannons known to Anthem players, and that is thus: hitting enemies increases weapon damage by 10% for 5 seconds, and it stacks to 10. Now keep in mind that this is an autocannon, and as you can see in the gameplay that is being shown, you are quite able to deal some serious damage. So for me, this one is a must, and the best way to get it is literally playing the Tyrant Mine on hard difficulty, of course, going through, opening the chests, killing the boss, blah, and you can get that relatively easy. Now, going over to heavy assault launcher, you have one of two choices. You either have a railgun or a siege cannon. So I'm using the railgun at the moment because it has the inscriptions that I want. So for the LB gear, for the inscription, sorry, for the LB gear slot, yada, you get 8 plus damage. So of course this can be increased on different inscriptions, but this is the best one I've managed to find at the moment. Ammo 20% drop rate and ammo 15% pickup amount. So the reason that this is important is because if I've used the autocannons before, ladies and gentlemen, they don't really come with a lot of ammo. So if you're able to get the ammo drops regularly, then Bob's your uncle. You are in a very, very good place. Now on to support gear. I like to use shield pulse. So when you're in those sticky situations, you can pop this bad boy and get a bit more of a shield, because of the fact that it reduces incoming damage by 33% for yourself and your allies. So this one's a really good one to pop if you've just revived somebody, so happy days to that. It also means that my left bumper ability is has a 17% speed increase, so that means it comes back to me faster. I've got a 23% pickup radius, which means the pickup radius is then increased, and I have yet more ammo drop chance on this bad boy. So that means that I can pick ammo up at a wider distance, and also, of course, building on to the ammo drops from before. Now, obviously, the Gucci stuff will leave to last, and the ordnance launcher is the firewall mortar. So this time I've got RB 14% speed, so that means I can use my railgun a little bit more often. I have yet more ammo pickup amounts, and I have a really useless one of a 25% harvest bonus, so do ignore that. So the beauty of the firewall mortar is, as you can see in the gameplay that will be shown, that it is literally a absolute beauty if you can get them into a single corridor, coming out of a fucking wall, or whatever it is. You're able to make sure that they are primed, so it'll either be you dealing the heavy damage or finishing the combo, or it will be an interceptor, a storm, or a ranger detonating them. The beauty of the Colossus is, however, that when you combo, it is a massive amount of AoE damage that comes from that combo. So if you have a bunch of enemies in the line of sight with your firewall mortar, and you then detonate it with your railgun or your siege cannon, it does a massive amount of enemy damage to those trash mobs and your bosses when used correctly. Now to the juicy part of this build. So, as you can see, they're all epic. Not very hard to achieve at all, and of course if you want to use the blue variations, then please go ahead and do so, because it's not, you know, it's a minor, you know, downgrade of course, but obviously this is trying to get you guys ready and ramped for those Grandmaster 1 difficulty farms to get those masterworks. So now I use a heavy assault augment, which enhances the heavy assault launcher to increase damage by 5% of the base. Ooh. Which then means it deals more damage, and I have repair amount and assault rifle ammo. The only reason that I'm using that one at the moment is because, of course, I am using an assault rifle in my secondary. So, of course, with this one, ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to find one that would better suit your build. But for the cases of this individual build, the repair amount is good because that means it'll drop more health for you guys, and the assault rifle ammo is useful in those sticky situations. Explosive expert. So this comes in for both your siege cannon, well, in fact just your siege cannon, because it'll increase all blast damage by 15% of the base damage. Now this is good if I am using the siege cannon over the railgun, because of course the siege cannon is an explosive, which then will deal damage to a wide variety of enemies, while the railgun is a single target weapon. So it also increases my fire resistance by 20%, which is really good, and it means that my firewall mortar is that more 5% more effective, which is cracking. Now, structural reinforcement is again 15% fire resistance, and I also have a 13% shield delay, so that means that as soon as my shield is down, it is 13% less. Well, it basically just means the cooldown's less for the shield, which is really good. Colossus stock augment. So now that means I have more health rate drops and a little bit more ammo, which then means that I can use the Fist of Strahl that much more. Now the Guardian Insignia, again, this is for now if I'm using the railgun. I have a, well, if I'm going to get hit by an impactive ability, that means I'm now 15% more resistant to it, and again it drops more health as well as the shield reinforcement. This is where I get more autocannon damage, and I have 25% increased speed cooldowns for my RB slotted weapon. Now of course let's go into a little bit more individuals. So explosive expert and heavy assault augment we've already gone over. Structural reinforcement heavily reinforces the Colossus armor and shield. So as you'll probably know, I'm going for pure tankiness here, because all these bars are completely full to the brim by the last one with armor, because as we all know, the Colossus has a deployable shield where you just press B and that shield will then pop up for you to then use in sticky situations. Of course, that then builds on the majority of these things. Increases duration of support abilities by 50% of the base value, which then basically means that my shield pulses there a little bit longer. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the premise of today's build, and this build hopefully will be helping you guys smash the living shit out of absolutely everybody in those difficulties, so that you can farm those masterworks in peace and quiet. So I will end the video with some gameplay so you can see this naughty build in action. But before I let the gameplay play out, boys and girls, if you have indeed enjoyed today's video yet again, please smash that subscribe button, please hit that like button, and press those bell notifications so you do not miss a single video of Anthem Weekly. because I'm going to be sticking around doing this more often. And of course, if you want to see a different build regarding either the Colossus, the Interceptor, the Storm or the Ranger, then please show your interest down in the comments section down below. But as it is for today, ladies and gentlemen, as always, it has indeed been the Red Dawn, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
That's a lot of damage.